Welcome back. We're on day 6. It's Tuesday, June 9th, page 11 and 12. Now, yesterday was a thick, heavy day. I get it. Had 3 or 4 of the St. Louis Arts videos I hope you were willing to watch. We did all the graphing with the Tails Plus and labeling of everything. And then we actually used data points and calculated the equations successfully. So it worked. But if you did authentic math yesterday, that was a lot more than 20 minutes. So today's a little bit easier. We're back to expanding and distributing. Multiply everything together and to get the standard form. While you do these problems today, just do the 20 minutes, but I want you to think factoring. Factoring, those are the keys to success. The factors are the solutions, are the x-intercepts, are the zeros. These are the keys to success in mathematics. Okay? So try to recognize patterns as we take it from this form to the standard form, okay? All right, well, let's get started. We're on page 11, and I thought we would just do problems 3 and 4, then we'll do a couple other problems and we'll call it a day, all right? All right, here we go. So, number 3, 5x minus 6 times 5x minus 6. Okay, those are the zeros. Those are the factors. Those are the solutions. That's what we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to do one with the area model because it's perfect. It works every time. Takes a little bit more time. I get it. All right, so 5x times 5x. 5x times 5x. 25x squared. 5x times negative 6. Negative 30x. Negative 6x times 5x. Negative 30x. Negative times a negative is a positive. 6 times 6 is 36. The area model works because now we have filled in all the boxes. We didn't miss any pieces. Add them all up. 25x squared, negative 30x, negative 30x. And the positive 36. Okay? So now, combine like terms. Remember last week? All our exponent rules, combining like terms. Final answer, 25x squared minus 60x plus 36. Now the reason this is important is to study it. Look for patterns. Because next week we got to factor it out. We've got to break it apart. How do we take this and get this? Recognize patterns. You'll notice at the top of the sheet it says the special products. What's the square root of 25? What's the square root of 36? Then 2 sets of numbers that multiply and add to negative 60. Okay? Recognize your patterns. Let's go to number 4. Now number 4, you see that little 2 up there. That just means there's 2 of them. The first thing you got to do is expand it. That means 2x plus 10 times 2x plus 10. Remember, x squared is x times x. So break it apart. This one I'm going to use the FOIL method. First times first, outside times outside, inside times inside, last times last. Okay? Here we go. 2x times 2x, 4x squared. 2x times 10, 20x. 10 times 2x, 20x. And lastly, 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, don't forget, want to combine our like terms. 4x squared plus 40x plus 100. Okay, again, the key to success here is recognizing patterns, okay? We've got to be able to take this next week and create the factors, the zeros, the solutions, okay? The x-intercepts. What's the square root of 4? 2. What's the square root of 100? 10. Now, 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 10 is 20. Adds to 40. Another way to think of it is splitting the middle term, okay? Recognize your patterns while you're doing the expanding, okay? All right. And now let's just flip over to page 12. Same idea. It's just a series of them, but after you do each one, stop, stare, think. This page is talking about those negative signs, okay? What happens when one of them is negative, one of them is positive? One of them is negative, one of them is positive. Recognize the pattern, all right? So, page 12, number 15. Again, I'm just going to use the FOIL method, rainbow method, okay? And 2x times 2x, 4x squared, 2x times negative 5, negative 10x, 5 times 2, positive 10x, positive 5 times negative 5 is negative 25, okay? Now after you do just a couple of these, you're going to recognize a pattern. When one of them is positive and one of them is negative, the middle term disappears. 4x squared plus 0x minus 25. Notice how you get a 0x. That's not how we write the answer. We would write the answer 4x squared minus 25. Okay? So go ahead and jot that down. The beauty of these special ones is whenever we see the middle term missing, as soon as you know the middle term is missing, think 0x. That means plus minus. The square root of 4, 2. Square root of 25, 5 and 5. 1 has to be negative. The middle term disappears. Let's do one more. Number 18. 5x times 5x. 25x squared. 5x times negative 2y. So we get negative 10. What's x times y? X, y. 2y times 10, 5x, 2x, 10. X times y again. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, y squared. Now these are the tricky ones. xy, xy. Negative 10xy, positive 10xy, you put them together and poof, they're gone. So 25x squared plus 0xy's minus 4y squared. Combine them, and we don't have any. The way we write the final answer, 25x squared minus 4y squared. Again, the beauty of this, when the middle term is missing, they have to have the plus minus. Square root of 25, 5. Square root of 2y, right? Excuse me, square root of 4y, 2y and 2y. One's plus, one's minus, in order for the middle term to disappear. So, even though today's practice doesn't take that long, I want you to stop on the ones you do and look back. Recognize the pattern, okay? Because next year in Algebra 2, we want this, but we don't always have that, okay? When you throw the ball in the air, we know the velocity you throw the ball, we know how high you throw the ball, but we don't know where you started and where you ended. The rocket ship, you have to calculate that. If you recognize these patterns, it makes the math easier, smoother, and more enjoyable. Thanks for stopping by today. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday, day 7. Bye-bye.